Hello everyone, welcome to the class. Beta, in previous lecture we read about the February Revolution, and after that we read about the impacts of February Revolution. Beta, after this revolution, Bolshevik leader Vladimir Lenin, he came from exile and he put the idea of April thesis, and he gave the three ideas in April thesis. First was the land to be transferred to the peasants, banks to be nationalized, and war to be brought to an end. So this was known as the April thesis. Now the provisional government was there and Bolshevik supporters were there. Afterward, what happened? Now the Bolshevik party, they wanted a elected government, and provisional government, it didn't want to leave its rights. So there was a problem between these two, and conflicts arise in the Petrograd. Afterward, Bolshevik newspapers offices were banned, and even the trade unions grew. But at last, the Bolshevik group, it won and it made the government, right? And he declared the socialist seizure of land. So today we will read about the making of socialist society and what was the impact of October Revolution. Let us start the topic. What changed after October? Like previous lecture was the October Revolution. Now what changes were there after October? Bolsheviks were opposed to private property. Industry and banks were nationalized, as the Bolshevik leader gave that idea in his April thesis also. Land declared social property, and peasants were allowed to seize the land of nobility, as earlier the land was owned by the nobility, right? But now land was declared the social property. Partition of large houses was enforced according to family requirements. All titles of aristocracy were banned. New uniforms were designed for army and officials. In November 1917, Bolshevik conducted elections to Constituent Assembly, but they failed to gain majority. So in January 1918, Assembly rejected Bolshevik measures and Lenin dismissed the Assembly. Bolshevik became the only party to participate in election to the All-Russian Congress of the Soviets, which became the parliament of the country. Now, if you remember, earlier the parliament, it was known as the Duma, and now it was known as the All-Russian Congress of the Soviets. Then Russia became one-party state. Now, what do we mean by one-party state? When the election is held by only one party. If the one party is contesting the election, then it is known as the one-party state, like China. Trade unions were kept under party control. The secret police, ch2, punished those who criticized the Bolsheviks. The party encouraged the censorship. Now, if you will see here, that it means the police punished those who criticized the Bolsheviks. It means democracy was not there, and even they encouraged censorship. Means there was the complete control over media of this Bolshevik party. Just because of these reasons, there was the conflict in the society, which was the main cause of this civil war. So the next topic is the civil war. When land redistribution was ordered, Russian army began to break up. Soldiers, mostly peasants, wished to go home. If you remember, during that World War I, the able-bodied person, they were admitted to army. But now, actually they were peasant and now they wish to go home. Bolshevik had enemies which united against them. Now, who were against the Bolsheviks? Social revolutionaries, they were known as green. Pro-Tsarist, they were known as whites. And pro-government troops, army officers and nobles. These all were against the Bolsheviks. These troops and Bolsheviks fought a civil war. Supporters of private property took harsh steps with peasants. By 1920, Bolsheviks controlled most of the former Russian Empire. They succeeded due to cooperation with non-Russian nationalists and Zadidists. These were the Muslim reformers within Russia, right? So this way the civil war was there between the Bolshevik party and the social revolutionaries. Now the next topic is about the step towards making a socialist society. Bolshevik, as per the apprentices, they kept industries and banks nationalized. They permitted peasants to cultivate the land that had been socialized. Centralized planning was introduced. Means all the planning was done at the center level. Officials assessed how the economy could work. On this basis, they made 5-year plan. And do you know, in Indian Constitution also the 5-year plan, these are taken from the Constitution of former USSR. The government fixed all prices to promote industrial growth. Centralized planning led to economic growth. Industrial production increased by 100% in case of oil, coal and steel. Now the next one is the new factory cities came into existence. However, rapid construction led to poor working conditions. Workers lived hard lives and the result was 550 stoppages in first year alone. In living quarters in winter below 40 degree when the temperature was below 40 means 40 degree below zero, then people had to climb down from 4th floor and dash across the street to go to toilet. It means there was a lack of basic facilities over there. An extended schooling system developed and arrangements were made for factory workers and peasants to enter universities. Now for their social welfare, the work upon education was also going on. Crutches were established for children of women workers. Cheap public health care provided and modern living quarters set up. So here if you will see that there were some positive things also and some shortcomings also. So this way Russia became a socialist society. So beta, today we will read about the changes after October and how Russia became a socialist society. So this was the topic for today. Hope all of you have understood the topic. Thank you and have a nice day.